Julius Caesar 6, The Conspiracy. Chapter 1, Motivations of the Conspirators.
Key figures in the conspiracy.
The conspiracy to assassinate Julius Caesar involved a complex web of individuals, each driven by a mix of personal grievances, political motivations, and philosophical ideals. Understanding these key figures provides insight into the intricate dynamics that culminated in one of history's most famous assassinations. Marcus Junius Brutus. Perhaps the most famous of the conspirators, Brutus was a senator and close friend of Caesar. His involvement in the conspiracy is often seen through the lens of his philosophical beliefs and personal honor. Ancient historians like Plutarch and Suetonius note that Brutus was torn between his loyalty to Caesar and his commitment to the Republic. Plutarch, in his Life of Brutus, emphasizes that Brutus was motivated by a sense of duty to Rome, believing that Caesar's ambition threatened the Republic's ideals. Suetonius, in the 12 Caesars, adds that Brutus was swayed by the arguments of fellow conspirators and the belief that the assassination would restore the Republic. Gaius Cassius Longinus. A leading instigator of the conspiracy, Cassius harbored a deep personal animosity towards Caesar. Plutarch's Life of Brutus depicts Cassius as a shrewd and manipulative figure, capable of persuading others to join the plot. Cassius's motivations were both personal and political. He resented Caesar for perceived slights and feared his growing power. Suetonius also portrays Cassius as deeply pragmatic, willing to use any means necessary to achieve his ends. Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus, often overshadowed by his more famous cousin, Marcus Brutus, Decimus was nonetheless a crucial player in the conspiracy. According to Appian in his Roman history, Decimus had been a trusted general under Caesar and was instrumental in luring him to the Senate on the Ides of March. Decimus's motivations are less clearly documented, but likely involved a mix of personal ambition and concern for the Republic's future. Strong. Gaius Trebonius. Another former ally of Caesar, Trebonius had served as one of his legates. Appian and Suetonius both note that Trebonius was disillusioned with Caesar's autocratic tendencies. His role in the conspiracy was to keep Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal supporter, away from the Senate during the assassination. Servilius Casca. Casca is often remembered as the first to strike Caesar. Plutarch recounts in Life of Caesar that Casca was initially hesitant but was urged on by his fellow conspirators. His role was pivotal in initiating the attack. Caius Ligarius. According to Plutarch, Ligarius was another disaffected senator who joined the conspiracy. He had a personal grudge against Caesar, who had previously pardoned him for his part in Pompey's army. Other conspirators. The conspiracy also included several other senators and political figures, such as Tullius Cimber, who, according to Suetonius, played a role in surrounding Caesar, and Minucius Basileus, whose involvement is noted by Appian. Each had their motivations, ranging from personal vendettas to genuine belief in the Republican cause. In summary, the conspiracy against Julius Caesar was driven by a diverse group of individuals, each with unique motivations. Ancient historians provide a nuanced view of these figures, highlighting a blend of personal grievances, political ideology, and philosophical commitment to the Republic. Their collective actions on the Ides of March were the culmination of deep-seated fears and ambitions, forever altering the course of Roman history.
Political, personal, and philosophical reasons.
The motivations behind the assassination of Julius Caesar were varied and complex, encompassing political, personal, and philosophical dimensions. Each conspirator brought a unique set of reasons for participating in the plot, reflecting the multifaceted nature of the conspiracy. Political reasons. Politically, many conspirators were deeply concerned about Caesar's concentration of power. His appointment as dictator perpetuo, dictator for life, alarmed those who cherished the traditional republican values and feared the end of the Republic. Figures like Gaius Cassius Longinus viewed Caesar's rule as a direct threat to the Senate's authority and the checks and balances of Roman governance. Plutarch and Suetonius both highlight this fear of tyranny as a central motive for the assassination. Personal reasons. Personal grievances also played a significant role. Cassius, for example, harbored a deep resentment towards Caesar, partly due to perceived slights and rivalry. Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus, a close confidant of Caesar, might have been motivated by jealousy and a sense of betrayal, feeling overshadowed by other loyalists like Mark Antony. Gaius Trebonius and Servilius Casca had their own reasons for disillusionment, having grown increasingly critical of Caesar's autocratic style. These personal animosities were compounded by the allure of restoring their status and influence within the Republic. Strong philosophical reasons. On a philosophical level, many conspirators, especially Marcus Junius Brutus, were influenced by Republican ideals and Stoic philosophy. Brutus, in particular, was seen as an embodiment of Republican virtue, committed to the principles of liberty and the common good. Plutarch's Life of Brutus emphasizes his internal struggle and ultimate decision to join the conspiracy as an act of moral duty to Rome. The philosophical argument was that Caesar's death was necessary to preserve the Republic and prevent the rise of a monarchy. In conclusion, the conspiracy to assassinate Julius Caesar was driven by a confluence of political fears, personal grievances, and philosophical beliefs. Ancient historians like Plutarch, Suetonius, and Appian provide a rich tapestry of motives, illustrating how the desire to protect the Republic, personal vendettas, and ideological commitments intertwined to prompt one of history's most pivotal events.
Chapter 2. Planning the Assassination.
Details of the plot and secret meetings.
The plot to assassinate Julius Caesar was meticulously planned and executed through a series of secret meetings and careful coordination among the conspirators. Ancient historians provide detailed accounts of these clandestine activities, revealing the depth of their commitment and the complexity of their undertaking. Initial discussions. According to Plutarch, the initial discussions about the assassination began among a small group of senators who were increasingly alarmed by Caesar's growing power. Cassius is often credited with being one of the first to propose the idea, motivated by his deep-seated fear of Caesar's potential to become a tyrant. Plutarch's Life of Brutus describes how Cassius approached Brutus, playing on his sense of duty to the Republic to persuade him to join the conspiracy. Strong recruitment of conspirators. The recruitment process was carried out with great secrecy. Suetonius, in the 12 Caesars, notes that the conspirators sought out individuals who were known to be discontented with Caesar's rule. They needed men of influence and courage, capable of both planning and executing such a daring act. Among those recruited were Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus, Gaius Trebonius, and Servilius Casca. Appian, in his Roman history, provides a detailed list of the conspirators, emphasizing their diverse backgrounds and motives. Secret meetings. The conspirators held a series of secret meetings to finalize their plans. These gatherings often took place at the homes of key members, such as Cassius and Brutus, where they could discuss their strategies away from prying eyes. Plutarch mentions that they sometimes met in small groups to avoid drawing attention, using trusted messengers to communicate plans to those not present. Selection of the date. Choosing the date for the assassination was critical. They decided on the Ides of March, a date with religious significance in the Roman calendar. According to Suetonius, the timing was chosen because it coincided with a Senate meeting, ensuring that Caesar would be present and relatively unguarded. The conspirators believed that striking at a Senate session would symbolize their act as one of restoring Republican order. Final preparations. In the days leading up to the assassination, the conspirators took great care to maintain secrecy. Plutarch recounts how they coordinated their final steps, distributing roles and ensuring that each participant knew their part. They also took measures to isolate Caesar from his supporters, particularly Mark Antony. According to Appian, Gaius Trebonius was tasked with detaining Antony outside the Senate chamber to prevent him from intervening. The assassination. On the day of the Ides of March, the conspirators gathered at the Senate, each carrying a dagger concealed in their toga. Plutarch's Life of Caesar details the tension of the moment as Caesar entered the Senate house, unaware of the impending attack. The first blow was struck by Casca, followed by the others in quick succession, with Brutus delivering one of the final stabs. In conclusion, the conspiracy to assassinate Julius Caesar was a carefully orchestrated plot, marked by secret meetings, strategic planning, and a clear division of roles among the conspirators. Ancient historians like Plutarch, Suetonius, and Appian provide vivid accounts of these events, highlighting the conspirators' dedication to their cause and the meticulous nature of their preparations.
Timing and location of the assassination.
The timing and location of Julius Caesar's assassination were crucial elements meticulously planned by the conspirators. Ancient historians provide detailed accounts of how these decisions were made, reflecting the strategic thinking behind the plot. Timing of the assassination. The conspirators selected the Ides of March, March 15, as the date for the assassination. This date was chosen for its significance in the Roman calendar, as it marked a deadline for settling debts and was associated with religious observances. Plutarch, in his Life of Caesar, notes that the Ides of March was also the date of a Senate meeting, ensuring Caesar's presence in a relatively controlled environment. Suetonius, in the 12 Caesars, explains that the conspirators wanted to act swiftly to prevent Caesar from leaving Rome for his planned military campaigns, which would have made access to him more difficult. Strong selection of the location. The location of the assassination was equally strategic. The conspirators decided on the Senate House, Curia Pompeia, as the ideal place. This venue was significant for several reasons. Firstly, it was a place where Caesar would be surrounded by senators, many of whom were part of the conspiracy. Plutarch highlights that conducting the assassination in the Senate would symbolize a collective action by the Republic's representatives. Appian, in his Roman history, emphasizes the conspirators' belief that the Senate House provided a controlled environment where they could carry out their plan with minimal interference. Ensuring Caesar's presence. Ensuring that Caesar would attend the Senate meeting on the Ides of March required careful planning. Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus played a key role in this aspect. According to Appian, Decimus, a trusted ally of Caesar, persuaded him to disregard any warnings and attend the meeting, arguing that it was essential for him to address important matters. Suetonius also mentions how Caesar's sense of duty and desire to appear resolute in the face of omens and prophecies helped convince him to go to the Senate. Contingency plans. Strong. The conspirators also developed contingency plans to deal with potential obstacles. Gaius Trebonius was tasked with detaining Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal supporter, to prevent him from intervening. Plutarch and Appian both note that Trebonius successfully lured Antony away from the Senate House, ensuring that the conspirators could proceed without immediate opposition. In summary, the timing and location of Julius Caesar's assassination were carefully chosen to maximize the likelihood of success. Ancient historians like Plutarch, Suetonius, and Appian provide detailed insights into the conspirators' strategic planning, highlighting their efforts to ensure that Caesar would be present and vulnerable at the Senate meeting on the Ides of March. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content like this. Hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload new videos so you never miss out. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more exciting videos.
The voices in this recording were created with the assistance of OpenAI.